So good evening, good evening, good evening. We're all back. Yeah, the whole gang of pods of the Madridistas are back. And yeah, apologize. Last week we couldn't do anything. This guy was busy. That guy was busy as well. And you know what? I'm gonna be real. Uh, it quite don't really matter because we're gonna get into both of those disgusting clown show games that we had to witness. And I know some of you men have been asking for these two guys because you want to speak to them both about their takes on these players and this whole situation. And yeah, let's just say we're gonna get into all of that. First of all, Savi, what we're saying, all good?
Oh yeah. Well, could be better. As I was saying backstage, it was weird not having a midweek game. We're the only big team in Europe that wasn't playing today.
Oh,
Or
100.
this week, midweek in particular. So just having a week off pretty much is something we're not used to as Madrid fans, as we know. Uh, what happens when we have too much time off around this club? We
Oh,
get
Crazy
100%.
talks, crazy
exactly,
conversations happen.
exactly.
Crazy
We're only at
conversations.
Tuesday. We had 48 hours off, and it's like, whoa, here we are, right? 100 million for Cuti Romero. But besides that,
Yeah.
glad to be back. Shout out to your chat. If they have any questions, we'll do live Q&A as well at some point. So feel
Well,
free
I
to
know
ask.
if Baron's here, he's gonna ask you a lot of questions and Dami, but listen, we'll get into it.
Yeah, I
We'll get
mean,
into it.
I got no, I
Big
got
up
the
to you.
whole hour. I got the
Oh, you got
entire
the whole
hour.
hour,
So
yeah?
yeah,
Come on. Big
for
up, Dami.
sure.
What we saying? Brother, all good?
Yeah, I'm good, man. Big up everybody. Hope you guys are holding the fort down, man. I haven't been here much, but just hold the fort down. That's what matters, man. Yeah, like Sammy said, stay away from the crazy conversations, man. Focus on the
Yeah.
Valencia games. The crazy conversations are everywhere. I enter Twitter, I'm seeing people want, bro. People want everybody now. They want to sign everybody. I'm like, can we chill? Can
Get
we
Vitinha,
chill?
Enzo, get them
Do you know
all.
what?
They
Just
want
get
It's,
everybody.
everybody. Collect,
don't-
collect them all. Just go get
you know what?
everyone.
I don't think
Crazy.
you can chill. I don't think you can ask for chill anymore after what's happened. But listen,
Yeah, bro, Sam, some of the signings are looking worse. What do you mean? Savvy knows what I'm talking about. On the space yesterday, someone said we should go sign Tomori from Milan. Like, are you nuts? What are we
What are
doing? What are we
we
doing here,
talking
man?
about? I'm
listen,
telling
mate,
you, man.
this has
40,
gone beyond the belief now. But we're gonna get into all of it. Man, them smash the
oh
likes
man.
up. Make sure man are subbing and all that. My regular people on this podcast as well. So make sure that you guys always remember that as well. Come on. And like I said, any questions, anything else, any of that. Listen, anyone who donates anything, bless up. I will read them out later, yeah? Well, I will have the super chat thing or anyone who donates a membership, whatever it is, all right? Just not interrupting the show mid through, just so you know that. Let's just get into it and all that. Um, Sorry, Dami.
Mm.
What's up?
Two disgusting results that we had to witness. First off, that Benfica game, which was one of the worst games I have ever witnessed Real Madrid play in my life. And one of the most embarrassing moments ever in my lifetime supporting this club. The fact that that goalkeeper scored the goal that meant that they went through to the playoff, who are now facing us again, ironically, um, which I've never seen before. And then we've got the Rayo game, 17th place Rayo. We need a penalty, which you can question if that even was a penalty or not. I don't know. Up to you. But the fact that we needed a pen to get past 17th place Rayo at home. If this doesn't send a clear signal now that we've got issues, then I don't know what. Because I hate to break it to people now. We've got issues. We've got issues now. Yeah, we're actually in a crisis. And if people want to still sit and defend some of these players, well, I'm going to be real with you right now. What you've been seeing now is what we've been feeling the whole season. Ever since, do you know what it was? Ever since people were kept telling me and everyone else, it was just Jabi Alonso's fault. All right, I kept hearing these things that people were saying constantly. There we have the evidence. It was not the
Well,
main issue. Now, you two, go ahead. Sorry, we'll start with you first. Explain to me these two games. Number one, what the hell happened? Number two, like, how do you fix the situation? And then on to you, Dami, as well. Go ahead, mate.
well, yeah. I think if I have to sum up the Benfica game or simplify it as possible, I think complacency killed us.
100%.
Simple as that. The players didn't bring the right mentality to the game. Mourinho was able to feed off of very simple weaknesses that these players have. They get easily rattled, right? You're able to get in their heads. You're able to get them to get yellow cards, and play out of their nature. And once you're able to do that, Mourinho's a master at this, right? He's the expert at that. And when you have such a fragile environment already in our locker room, right? You just got rid of a coach that was quote unquote trying to lead him for 6 months. You have a new guy who's been there for a week and a half, pretty much before facing Mourinho, and you had an unfocused locker room going into that game. There's no excusing the individual performances, by the way. Again, I'm just trying to not spend an hour crashing out over Benfica and just keep it
No,
simple,
man. I
right?
crashed out enough already. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, we've spent a week crashing out about
I
Benfica.
crashed out enough. Benfica,
Yeah.
Benfica
Meantime,
had
it's
me
been
anyway,
hours
man.
talking about this. So, it's unfortunate what happened. There's no excuses, man. And at the end of the day, this coach came out post game and told us the Stars are going to play no matter what. He's riding that bus. If you're not a star on this team,
Yeah, you're in
you,
trouble.
yeah, exactly. Who knows? There's no proper way to scorecard anyone but the Stars, I guess, according to our manager. So since this is where we are, I also, how much can I kill players? I mean, yes, I could be mad at Brahim for not having an impact. I could be mad at
Oh,
Vinny for doing a lot of things wrong. I could be mad at Mbappe for not tracking back. I could be mad at Dean for all these individual things. But at the end of the day, what collective standard are they held to? And that's where I'm at, right? This is why, Sam, you say we're in a crisis now. For me, we've been in a crisis. Dami and I fought all last year about whose fault it was as to why we weren't getting the results that we wanted to see at Real Madrid. Guess what? I was wrong. I think Dami was also wrong to an extent. We were all wrong because we all
we
tried to
didn't
just
see it.
find maybe just the easy part and figure out it was actually everything happening at Real Madrid. Like everything
Like
is messed up right now.
it's
We're in the
all
gutter
happening,
right now.
man. It's
And
all happening to
it's
players,
really bad
managers.
to the point that look at the rumors we get, but we get 1 week off now, Dami. Were we ever getting stuff this crazy when we were
Bro,
winning? No,
bro,
no, it
everything,
doesn't
everyone is
happen.
throwing everything at us. Today I saw Rodri for Pedi and Rodrigo
And
swap, and I'm
Rodrigo,
like,
right?
get
A
out of here,
double.
man. I'm
Like,
like, yeah, just get out of my front, man. What's
Hold
this?
on, you see you, Dammy. You see you, yeah? I'm gonna talk to you now and ask you a serious question because a lot of people have been asking you this as well.
Yeah.
Um, are you gonna start admitting, mate, that maybe some of these first teammates, maybe some of these Galactical stars, yeah,
hmm No, so that's the
maybe
thing. Like, the
maybe
thing
should
is,
not be here. Maybe just maybe they can't click together.
some
Are
of
you?
them, like I told you the other time that everyone's on the firing line now, right?
Yeah,
Anyway,
yeah.
the way I'm at, I'm no longer attached to any of these guys, but I do still believe that these guys will work. Any of these players work somewhere else. Tromeni goes to Liverpool. He's going he could become a DM that will want them to be here, and I don't care about that anymore. Aragule could walk away, Fede Valverde could walk away, it could be Vinicius, and these guys used to be ballers wherever they are. But what I realized, especially after the Benfica game when I was crashing out, was that phase where there's confusion, like Saudi was saying, right? There's too much. Is one result, right? It's one end cause. The team is bad, but it's multiple reasons. There's managers involved. There's players involved. We need things that will trigger tremors across the fan base. You guys remember when Ozil and Di Maria got sold that same summer? The
yeah,
fans were pissed off. Ronaldo was pissed off. The managers were pissed off. We need that kind of thing. Now I don't care who it is because when James came that same summer, Ozil and Di Maria left. I don't care who any of those two guys will be. Let them go. Because the problem I have, my biggest gripe with the starters has not been their level, right? It's been with the bench players, and this is why we've always had players like I was telling Savi the other day that would always give you a job in the week, give you a 7/10, 7.5/10 steady. You had Nacho, you had Isco, even Vasquez before that last season. He would just come, he would do it wasn't doing nothing spectacular. He would come, get you an assist for Cristiano in the Champions League semi-final, and then he's gone. Nacho comes on, he holds the fort when you're like 2-1 up, and he's gone. Now we got only one set of players, the players that give you a 9 or a 2. There is no middle ground. Thchouameni either comes out today and balls out, or he plays his absolute rubbish. Vinicius either comes out and shows you his man of the match, or he comes out and he's a 2/10. And there's like 8 of those guys in a starting 11 right now. And what's worse, and this is where my biggest beef is, that's why whenever I ask me a question about the starters, I'm always like, I always let the starters go. the bench players are pissing me off. So when somebody called Brian Diaz, I was like, yeah, get out of here. Because for the life of me, I cannot understand why you're a bench player at Real Madrid and a starter is absolutely in the gutter. And you cannot. But Ronaldo was not in the gutter when players like Morata, like Asensio, like Jose Rodriguez were getting minutes off him. Ronaldo was not in the gutter when they were getting minutes. Benzema was not in the gutter when minutes were coming from. I mean, we sold a couple of strikers from Castilla, right? That made money off. You don't remember Boya Mayoral, right? Mariano Diaz. Like, these guys were getting minutes off the superstars we had. Well, nobody is even going to be happy for Brian Diaz to get minutes off Franco Mastantuono.
Nah,
That's
Dami, you
where
know
we're
what
at.
happened instead?
That's where we
Dami, you know
are.
what happened? Dami, you know what happened instead? The guy
Yeah.
that does make an impact gets loaned down to Lyon.
Oh,
And look what he's doing.
Oh,
That,
whoa,
bro,
hey,
that
you're
one is
skipping.
pissing
You're
me off,
skipping.
man.
You're
No,
skipping
let's not
ahead.
get there, man.
You're
That
skipping.
one,
We're not
nah.
even talking. Hey,
No,
hold
no,
on,
no,
hold
no.
on.
We will get to
One
that.
step at
We
a
will get
time.
to that. My main point is this just shows you, all right, why someone like Jose Angel Sanchez should not be in charge of the football operations because he clearly hasn't got a clue what he's doing. Yeah, how
But you know,
can
Sam,
you?
so I found out
How
yesterday that
can
actually
you?
not involved. You know, I found
Dude,
out yesterday that
dude, you
Jose
know this
Angel is
Brian
actually not
Diaz
involved.
guy? Dude, you know this
Yeah.
Brian Diaz guy that you just
Yeah,
mentioned?
that
Dude,
guy needs to get
dude,
out
you,
of the club, man.
dude, you do
That
realize,
one,
dude, dummy, they signed him up to a new fucking deal.
like when somebody told me this yesterday, and I was pissed off. Like, when did this guy sign a new contract? I thought it was done in like, oh my god,
Dude,
bro,
who gave
Brian.
him that
Yeah,
new deal?
2030.
Who gave him that deal?
So the
Real
chopping
talk.
block, really has to start by when contracts are ending. I already told you guys what I'm looking at. I'm looking at
Yeah.
26, 27, 28. Those are players
Yeah.
that you have to make decisions on because
Yeah,
from
we
either a
need to make
contract
decisions,
standpoint or a
man.
value standpoint, you have to maximize, right?
We need to make
And
decisions, man. Especially
then you start going into the harder decisions, right? Players that are maybe here on longer contracts who haven't done X, Y, and Z. But you start with, okay,
you got
2028
2
2
years
years
left.
away.
Yeah,
Either
it's
you're
2 years
getting a
away.
renewal or
You're
we're not
going out
waiting
the
till you
door.
have 1 year left on your contract, right? We're already telling Vinny that, right? He's one of those players that we're telling, like, we're not going down to 1 year of a contract. We're doing something about it.
How many guys get done in 2020? I know Thchouameni's on that boat, right?
Thchouameni,
Thchouameni's-
Rodrigo, gotta look it
Yeah,
up.
Oh, speaking of, we can just speak about this now. Players in or out, I put some names now. Paz, Endrick, Thchouameni. Spelled his name wrong, but to be fair. But look,
Nah,
because
Paz is simple, man. Get Ceballos out the club, then
because
get Paz
this is
in.
and here's the thing. This is what's really annoyed me. This guy, big up Sensei, for this comment I chose to save to start. This guy left us, all right, on loan. Thank God. Absolutely kills it at Leon. All right, no one else can tell me anything as well. All right, no one can tell me anything. Big up Redshift as well. Big up Blanco and everyone else. All right, and Kaja. The guy goes to Leon, is smashing it. I've got this donkey Raheem who comes on thinking he's Messi or I don't know what. Okay, and runs into next man. I've got Franco who's got a touch of an elephant right now. All right, that's number 2. Number 3. Okay, you see that useless donkey on the left wing, that number 7 guy, who can't get past this man now to save his life. Now all of a sudden, and then I've got that, brain dead Rodrigo who decides to fight the refs like he's Mike Tyson or what now or what not. Then gets himself sent off. So this is where we're at now. And then you see someone like Thchouameni, like you mentioned, Dami. Dude, 1 minute he's unbelievable. The next minute is absolutely useless.
That's the problem we're having. To me, that's the biggest problem, man.
I
We
am
need-
struggling
we
now.
need people that can-
Where
we need
are
people
you
that
now?
can just be there,
You two, like real talk. Where are you now with this? With all this now? The players that are out on loan, Endrick, Nico Paz, these guys, and some of the stars that we have now. Where are you with them now? Because,
No,
like I
it's
said,
not-
the
it's
Rayo
not
game,
difficult,
and now
though.
with the Benfica game now as well. Like, where are you now with these guys? Because
I mean, I think
we have to have a
the
conversation now about this, man.
the most difficult thing we have to do is to sort out the outgoing players. Because, like I always say, man, you can only
We also got a
register
coach?
25 players.
Can we
No,
have
of
like a
course, like,
sporting direction? We have a
the
direct.
coach is
What's our
coaches-
sporting direction right now? Like,
yeah, I was
where
gonna
are
ask you
we
guys.
going from a sporting standpoint right now?
so.
I was
so
actually going to
like
ask you.
I think that matters.
Like,
Do you
like I
think
was
we will
telling
get a
Sam
sporting
earlier,
director in?
We do have those guys. That's why I don't know why you guys keep saying it. Jose Angel Sanchez does
Who's the
not.
sporting director?
So
Who's the sporting director?
You have Solari, and what's this brother's name
Juni
again?
Califat.
And
You have Juni
Califat. Those are the
Califat as
guys
well.
those are the director of football and director of sporting in an institution. So
Yeah, but
JAS
who's
doesn't do any of
negotiating
those
the whole
things.
thing?
No,
Yeah, well, who's negotiating
Jose
for players?
Jose Angel Sanchez comes in when he finds talent, right? Or when it's a market opportunity. But when it's day-to-day footballing philosophies, is those two guys, Solari and what's he called? The name that's I keep forgetting his name. I don't know why. But Solari is like
Juni
is
Califat.
the first guy in there.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna hold people accountable, is those guys for where you want the football to go. But the problem we're having now is, like I said, we need players that can hold down the fort regardless of the games. But for that to happen, you need some guys to go. The reason we have the players in our squad now, like Franco, for example, he's registered through Castilla. That's why he plays for Real Madrid now. So we need guys to leave. If you can have a window where you can successfully convince players that you want to leave, like me, if I can get a window where Mendy goes, Ceballos goes, hell, I'll take two. Like I said, I'm good. I want two big signings or two big exits. I'm okay with letting Thchouameni go. I'll be fine if he makes it somewhere else. If I can let Thchouameni go and let Rodrigo go, get Hendrick and Nico pass back on loan. And then I just need a midfielder that can do a day's job. I don't want no more projects like Savi says. I don't want no more five-star potential rated players. I just want a midfielder that can come every day of the week and get a day's job done.
Yeah, I don't want the next Kevin De Bruyne.
Yeah.
I'm tired of being sold on the next.
Keith Smith.
Give me a Kedira profile, man. Give me a Makalele profile. They don't need to be the most classy guys. They don't need to make the best touches. Just get the job done. Let the other guys that want to do the best touches have those touches as well. And Rodrigo, because I don't know what he wants to be anymore. I don't think he knows what he wants to be anymore. Because the good thing is, well, we have to make a decision on Gonzalo though. It's
That's
the Madrid
another one.
way,
Yeah,
man.
what are we doing with him?
It's the Madrid way.
Oh,
He
for
has to
me,
go
it's
on
very
loan.
simple. You keep
He's
Gonzalo.
gonna have to go on loan.
No, he has to go on loan. If Madrid is going down, Gonzalo has to go on loan. Sam, Mbappe is 27. As long as Mbappe is fit, he will always start
Gonzalo's
as
not
number
going to get
9.
the minutes that he needs to grow
He
as a
will not
player.
get the
It's only a
minutes.
matter of time.
The only reason Hendrick is
He's
think
going to
about
either
it,
ask
it's
for more minutes or go out on
was going to go out.
loan to go get them.
That's what's going to happen.
mean,
So we just have to
Oh,
also
you
make
know
a decision.
what? I'd rather see him play than Vinny and Rodrigo right now.
yeah, but he's
Like
not going to
Roto.
sit here and do the Nacho thing
Exactly.
or the Lucas
No,
Vasquez thing. He's too talented for that.
Dude, I'm gonna be real. Can we just play with two? Do you know what? How about this? Can we just play with two strikers? Can we just do that?
That's what we should be playing now. That was my idea for the formation. I've been screaming it all week. We need to go back to a 4-4-2.
Yeah, but what makes you think that Gonzalo
people midfielder? Gonzalo's not going to play there.
Dude, you know what? How about
Sam.
because
Vinny is
because
26. Mbappe is 27. These guys are going nowhere.
They're not going anywhere.
They're not going anywhere.
Wait, hold on. You think it's that safe that Vinny might stay when he keeps rejecting this contract?
The contract's still on the table to be signed.
Yeah, but he refuses
why would I
to
change
sign
my
it.
mind?
Yeah, but he's not signing it though. He's refusing to sign it.
Okay,
He wants more money.
He's got over a year.
But the contract is still there, right? To sign, right?
That's not.
I get that.
So then why? So is it impossible for him to sign the contract?
I'm not saying it's impossible, but I'm not saying it's impossible. But the more time goes on and he's not getting a renewal, and he refuses
I'm not
to sign this
disagreeing
one.
that it's not probable that he doesn't resign or whatever. But I'm telling you, as long as that contract's on the table, he can sign the contract. And until Real Madrid rescinds the contract or he comes out and says, I'm not resigning.
Yeah, but you and I have agreed.
It's all speculation.
Yeah, but we've all three agreed that he is not. That Madrid are not taking the contract away from the table.
Right, but it's still speculative, right? Just because you're 90% convinced and I might be 10% convinced, until we get something factual, right? Real Madrid rescinds contract offer to Vinicius Jr. or Vinicius Jr. comes out publicly and says, I've loved my time at Real Madrid, X, Y, and Z, love the fans, bullshit, I'm leaving.
Yeah.
Then, unfortunately, it's all speculation and it's just different levels of speculation.
Do you know what it is? Do you know what it is? It's come to this point now. It's not even just that. I mean, Gonzalo, look, I would not get rid of him because here's why. Number one, because Rodrigo and Vini for me are both gone. I don't want to see them here next season. That's just me. I don't want to see them two here. So get lost. All right. When I'm saying playing with two strikers, I'm being serious now. If one of Mbappe or Andrew gets injured, you need that backup. And not only that, you can play Mbappe and Gonzalo. You can even let's just say
if you bring back Hendrick right next year and you still have Mbappe and Vinny, how does Gonzalo get minutes?
No. I told you. For me, Vinny and Rodrigo, like bye-bye. That's what I would literally do. This is why I would keep Gonzalo. Not only that, if you're gonna play with two strikers, bro, real talk, Vinicius, the way he is playing right now, I'm gonna be real with you, bro. I'd start Gonzalo ahead of him. Because right now, the way he's performing, All right, and not only that, his attitude on that pitch is pissing me off more than anything. Same with these other players as well. All right, and we all saw it in the Benfica game. All right, how
Do-
they're all
Sam,
trying to walk off
Sam,
after that
do
performance.
you think we win our last game if we started Gonzalo over Vinny?
Well, which one?
That's what I was about to ask you. The
Which
Rayo
one?
game. The Rayo game.
Well, no, because he's not a left winger. He's not a left winger. He's
Oh.
a striker.
And the
But
different
you're the one
formation.
saying that you want to start
different
Gonzalo
formation.
over Vinny right now, like on Sunday.
Well, yeah, but I wouldn't play this formation. That's the difference.
Yeah, whatever formation you
I'll
put, do
play
you think you
Whatever
win that game?
formation, what you throw out your formation, whatever, you're still saying you want to start
Yeah,
Gonzalo.
but here's the
over
thing.
Vinny.
Here's the thing.
I'm asking
I
if you
genuinely think.
that
Yeah, but I
we
genuinely
would've
think.
won without
Yeah,
Vinny.
but I genuinely think he would perform much better than Vinny right now. Like I keep saying this the whole time. Like Vinicius right now. Yeah, I'm sorry, man, but their egos are through the roof right now because I think they can do whatever they want, and they don't, and they don't get any sort of
I
consequences.
mean, when you can decide matches on your own, like pretty much Vinny did for us, do you think
That's
you're going to
fine,
have
but
an
how
inflated
often?
ego?
Yeah, that's cool, but how often? But how often does he do that nowadays?
Well, that's another
that's the thing,
question, right? Is like we could debate that. Or of course, we can probably all agree that we want to see more consistency from Vinny.
Mhm.
But you still can't dispute the quality that's there, and that is
No,
a
not
player
the quality. But
that
what I can dispute is you're
when
not being
Vinny-
consistent enough.
But we know when Vinny puts together a consistent season, we win doubles. That's what happens when Vinny's consistent, and that's
Yeah,
fact.
but he's not consistent, Savi. That's the issue. He's not consistent. So
The
that
point is
argument,
you can't let go of someone you know can give you stuff for a kid that you don't know. Gonzalo has had
Well,
games this season that's been shaky.
Gonzalo's done
shaky.
absolutely
He's won a
nothing
couple
for
of
us.
games.
For me
Okay,
to
so
be
guess what?
convinced
He's a
to
kid.
get rid
So
of
he's
Vinny
still a
kid,
and
man.
guess
You're
what?
taking another
start
gamble.
him.
You are
that's
taking another
cool.
gamble again on a player you don't know.
Yeah, but guess what? You're taking a gamble by giving him 30 million right now when you don't even know he's going to
No
get back.
one is
to what
giving
he
him
used to
30
be.
million. The deal on the table is not 30 million. The
But
deal
he,
on the
no,
deal
but
on the
he
table is not.
wants no, but he wants that. I mean, he's
Yeah, but I'm
basically
not
saying,
here to
And the
count.
club is not changing the deal.
I'm not here to count the club that generates the most revenue in football as pennies. Like, I'm sorry. Maybe we
That's
can
not-
afford
that's not the
Vinny.
problem.
Maybe we can
Look-
afford paying him 30 and still going to the market and buying players, Sam. Maybe that's something that we can actually do.
yeah, but
we don't
would
know
you
that.
do that? Yeah, but would you do that with the
We're
way
just
he's performing right
speculating
now?
again.
Yeah, but would you do that knowing the way he's performing right
Okay,
now?
but you know how well run this club is from a financial standpoint. Do you
Uh-huh.
think they're going to
Mhm,
give him a financial contract that will put this club in a place where it's too risky for us to be able to continue to build from here? I don't think so. I
No.
think this has been
I don't think so,
calculated.
sir.
That's why it's been
Mhm.
the same deal on the table for how long now that he has not signed. You're right. We'll see what happens this summer. Something's going to happen. This is going to come to a confliction point.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
we're not
I think
naive here.
in May. I think somewhere in May we will find out. I think somewhere there.
But at the same
Yeah,
time,
eventually.
I need solutions
true.
on Sunday. You know, I
Yeah.
don't need solutions in May. I need solutions Sunday. How am I winning
Because the thing
Sunday?
is,
You know, that's
you
that's
know
where
what I don't get
all
about
my
this thing,
mindset
Sam,
has
is
to be right now.
if you want immediate results, you want trophies. And then you're willing to gamble on a kid that needs time. Gonzalo needs time. Gonzalo's not ready to give you the big UCL night performances that you so crave. Gonzalo won't win you classicals, he won't win you derbies. He will give you enough goals, yes, but he needs time. So can you give, if you have Mbappe, let's assume your theory comes to fruition, and then you have your three attackers next season are Gonzalo, Endrick, and Mbappe. Do you really
Mhm.
think those three will go on and win you the trophies you so desire in that same season? I'm talking about 2 years to come.
You know what? I think they have a better chance right now because I think they would click much better together.
We don't know
That's just-
that for sure.
You
That's the
know
problem.
that.
You don't know how they're going to
Yeah,
be set
but
up. You don't know what they're going to do.
damn it. Okay,
You don't
yeah,
have the
but damn
sample
it.
size to prove that.
Yeah, but damn it.
We do
Sorry,
have a
I
big
can
sample
literally.
size on Vinny and Mbappe not working as well as it
yeah,
should.
that's
That
cool.
I will agree
Yeah.
with you on.
Yeah, but
Mhm,
that's all
mhm,
right. But
But
at
on
the same
Gonzalo, we
time, I
don't
can
have
also.
much.
Yeah, but damn it, I can also turn around to you and to Savi and say you don't know for sure that Vinny will turn back to the Vinny that he used to be. I can literally say that to
I
you
just
as
saw
well.
him literally decide a game for
He showed
us over the
flashes like
weekend.
twice. He did it against Monaco.
Well,
He did
Who
it
else
very
is
good.
scoring a goal like
Well,
Vinny did on
well,
Sunday?
well, because of
Who else
one
is scoring like that,
moment-
Sam?
Dude, is he the consistent Vinny you used to see back on the
Did
Carlo?
he decide a game this week or not?
No, not like you think he did. No, more because of
Yeah,
one
he-
moment.
I mean, that
come on.
moment literally gave
So-
us the 3 points. And if we didn't have that moment, we weren't scoring any other goal in that game. Which
Exactly.
you
No,
We
I
found
get
scored
out
a
because we had to
penalty.
score a penalty.
We needed a penalty in the 99th minute, Sam,
Yeah.
to get over the finish
Yeah, I
line.
agree.
And
Yeah, I
if
know.
Vinny
You
didn't
can't-
do that, we
You
lose
can't
that
get rid
game.
of, bro, Sam.
Yeah,
You
you know what?
can't get rid of what you
What's the
know
difference
in the
right now
hopes
between
of what
drawing
you
and
don't
losing
know,
to
man.
Rayo? It would have been it would have felt the same. A draw would have felt as a loss. Let's just be real.
It would have felt the same, but on the points board, it's not the same. 1 point and 4 points are a world apart, man. It
World
feels the
apart.
same because it's been the same kind of feeling for us, definitely. But it's not the same,
I
man.
look.
It's not the
I'm not
same.
disputing that Vinny hasn't been consistent. By the way, for
Yeah,
your
hundred
chat,
percent. No,
we agree
yeah. The
that Vinny
problem
hasn't
is
been consistent. In fact, we've killed Vinny. Like I've
Yeah.
Sam, you've
every day of
heard
the
me kill
week.
Vinny.
Every day of the
You
week.
also know I'm a big Vinny fan, but this has nothing to do with that. This is literally like I need solutions, and the guy just scored a retro Vinny goal. If I can see that again, because unfortunately we don't have a midweek game, right? To judge it off, we can only wait till the weekend. All we know is
Mhm.
last game he got a goal for us. If he can get a
I
goal on
get that.
Sunday, let's keep it going.
But then I can turn around. But the chat also said that they can turn around to the other games where he does not perform and just say, okay, well, where's the
The
That goes
problem
back to
consistency?
is
consistency that we already acknowledged.
you guys are going back to the problem we had. I'm pretty sure these same guys are saying these things are the same brothers that told us in 2019 and 2020 that Tony Cruz and Modric were finished. And you
Yep.
push for these new midfielders that are now all of a sudden trash to be
To be
starting
fair,
over
I
them.
never believed in that because I genuinely
No,
thought
no, no, no.
Ronaldo
Sam,
leaving.
I remember that season of 2024. People were pushing for Modric and Cruz to have less minutes for these same guys that we claim are now us. People were asking
Yeah,
for Modric
yeah.
to get gone out of the club so other Gulera would get more minutes. You don't know
Yep.
if you don't know. That's the problem I have with these young kids. That's why I'm always like, he's always iffy with them. You can have one that comes and rocks the boat and goes all the way to do everything, but it's a huge if. And then we know
Yeah.
this club, man.
Huge
We
gamble,
we
man.
never we never give kids that much time.
The thing is,
Once you
when I
get
say
spooky, you're out,
the thing is
bro.
when I keep using these kids, here's the thing. People need to start understanding something when I say this. When I say bringing these guys in, all right, some of these Castilla
Yeah, but
guys,
how
when
do
I'm
you bring
saying,
him in when we're 0-0 for 60, 70 minutes?
That's
yeah,
the
but
problem.
Or we're
this is my point.
1-1. Like you
This is my
can't. How
point.
do you take that risk as a coach? No,
Like
at Real
here's the thing.
Madrid,
Here's the
look
thing.
what
Here's the
Xavi
thing.
got fired for. You
No,
think you
I
have
get
that
that.
type of you have that leeway at Real Madrid to just take a gamble and bring in a kid when the game's 1-1, 2-2 for 60,
But you know
70
what I'm
minutes?
literally begging for? Yeah, but you know what but you know why I'm saying it is the thing. I wouldn't mind seeing an Endrick or a Gonzalo with an Mbappe star. All right. Because here's the thing. I don't mind if Real Madrid do that. All right. You know, can recall some of these younger guys back to
Would
Chamas and
you
these guys.
give it
But then
time? Would you give it
but
the
then
time that these
no,
guys
because
need?
here comes the thing. In the
Yeah, you willing
transfer
to
market.
sacrifice trophies for it? Let me ask you
No.
that. No.
But
Sam, are you willing to sacrifice
That's the
trophies
valid question.
no,
That's
you
for the
what
don't
comes
have
youth
with
to
kids.
sacrifice.
development plan?
You don't have to sacrifice. You know
But you
why you don't?
do. Barcelona
Yeah,
have
Because
been
in the
losing kids
transfer
for years. They
market,
sacrifice
can't win.
something.
They can't win the
Sam, you
Champions
can have
League.
your cake and eat it too. I hate to
You
break it to
can.
you, but winning teams are
Something's
mature.
gonna go.
Winning
sorry,
You
teams are
can't have
mature.
kids.
yeah, and I
Winning
literally
teams are
told
not full
you.
of kids just
Yeah,
running
and what did
around.
I tell you? And what did I tell you today on the space? I said you can go out there, you can buy experience. You don't have to buy kids every single time on the market as well.
So
Am I
who are the
wrong?
experienced guys you want to get for these guys? That's what I'm saying. See, it's
Yeah,
Here's the
give
thing.
us
I
everybody
wouldn't
names.
points
mind.
fingers.
Here's
We
the
Perfect
can
thing.
time.
all
Give
I
point
us
wouldn't
fingers
names.
at
mind.
where the problems
Here's the thing.
are, right? But
I wouldn't
if you don't
mind.
offer suggestions, then it doesn't tally. Like we are all pointing
Okay,
fingers. Oh, Benny is
what
this.
about
So
this?
for who then?
What would you say to an Enzo or a McAllister? What would you say to that?
How
I'd
does
say
that
players
solve the
like that.
problem we have?
Yeah, but it's partial. Yeah, but he can help.
No, like I already said,
I think that would help.
if we can get Thchouameni to walk, if we can
Dami, I'm going to
blackmail
use a
Man United
reference
to
that you
paying,
used already.
Even this
Mhm.
guy.
I'm going to use 2014.
That's the thing. Like, you need true trigger signings. I'm
But
telling you,
but
if Vinny comes in and
think
says
about
Rodrigo and Thchouameni are
it from
gone,
this way,
everybody
right?
wakes up, man. Everybody wakes up,
Think about
100%.
it from this way though. If you bring in an Enzo, you rattle the locker room.
For
At
sure.
minimum, you know the locker
Especially
room's
for
going to be rattled.
it depends on who you even sell to. If you sell like if you sell like a Thchouameni and then get
And
Enzo, yeah, everybody's rattled,
and
man.
to your point, even if let's say you think you have more quality in your starting midfield than Enzo, right? If that's where you stand, I don't personally believe it, but let's say that's where you stand. It also solves the other question that you also have, which is my bench quality good enough?
Yeah, that's true. That's
You
true.
see how you
That's
now
true.
start to create good problems. He might not be your first best midfield, but if he's your third, that's a good
Yeah.
problem, right? Because that means somebody has to then move to fourth.
Somebody can come off the bench.
And
Yeah,
if
and
it's
then
your
you know,
current third moving to fourth, that means you've now
Mhm.
increased your quality than where you're at now, which is the guys at the bottom just aren't good enough. Like we just
yeah.
know 3, 4, 5 probably aren't good enough, or maybe even 4 or 5 not good enough at most
And then, no,
positions
I
we
mean,
have right
and
now.
then it depends.
And you need to raise the quality of this team. But
what's this kid? If you get pass as well too, then quality gets a little bit higher. But yeah, go on.
but in addition to that, I don't just want quality players. I want warriors. I want
Thank you.
players who are going to fight for the bags. Yeah, they might get us a couple red cards. I'm not even going to go towards that center back from Tottenham because he gets hurt too much for my liking.
Oh, Van de Ven.
But I'm saying, like, I want some guys who are kind of rough on the edges. I'm tired
Romero.
of these prima donnas who come into our team. They're like, "Hi, I made it to Real Madrid at 22. You know, I had everything kind of rolled out to me since I was 13, right? And got into my first academy, and I've been the hyped up talent." Like, we have too many of those in our team, right? Like, we
What
need
about this
more.
guy? What about this guy?
I mean, yeah, I mean, you know my
He
thoughts on
he gets
all of
injured,
them.
man.
But he gets injured a
He
lot.
gets
Like his
injured, man.
injury
That doesn't
record
solve
is
our
really
problem.
bad.
Okay,
How-
I
how
get
many
you
more
guys want
players?
players, but you have to
Okay,
think
how
about
many
everything.
injuries are
However,
we getting now?
however, Dami, and walk with me
We're
on
getting
this
injuries
one.
everywhere.
But Dami, walk with me on
There you
this
go
one.
then.
Right, we have 2 center backs leaving. That means there's 2 slots. So
If they
even if
leave,
you get him,
we both know Rudiger's 1 good month of football away from a new year. We know
I
this.
know.
Rudiger
You know how
goes in
fickle
March.
this club
He
is.
plays well. He plays well in the quarterfinals of Champions League. You know, we're giving him a new contract for
You
one
know,
more year.
you know how fickle. You know how
These
fickle
are
he's
the
been.
issues, man. These are the
But
problems,
walk with
man.
me, and you guys know I said this, right? Like for me, and this is why I said, hey, let's start with like a coach. Well, why don't we get a coach who's won a World Cup already?
That's where it is.
All right.
Wow.
And
You want to
then
get the
Then we
Argentinian coach.
I want
we have to
yes,
wait. Once we wait till after the
Scaloni.
World Cup, man. We have to wait till
get
like
me
July. Or
get me
yes, that's
Scaloni.
late.
And
This
That's
is a
then
late,
question.
man.
This is a
I need
question for
2
you, Sabe, by
players.
the way.
I need 2 players from his team. I need Enzo, and if you can get me Kuti, then fine. But in addition to that, I'm not saying stop there. Like the summer transfer window should continue for quality. And if it's not Kuti, fine. Like I'm not sold on that, but I think we really do need Enzo more so for his leadership qualities. Like I want a leader in the midfield. We don't have a leader in the midfield, folks. We have quality in the midfield, but none of them are leaders. None of them
None
are
of
willing
them,
to
man.
dig in the
What
trenches
about De La
when
Fuente?
it's needed. And don't get me wrong. I think Jude Bellingham is as close to that as it gets in our midfield.
But he's still
To be honest
young,
with you,
man.
like
He's young.
I love Jude, man. I can't say that he doesn't represent those qualities because he does, but he can't be the only one. We need someone else willing to dig deep. And I mean, Thchouameni, if you look at FIFA build a DM, he probably checks all your boxes, right? If you're in FIFA Pro, make a player. I need a 6'4" DM, can make tackles, X, Y, and Z. But then when you actually play, you play timid. You don't actually go in 100% to tackles. You're not willing to really go. And when you do go 100%, it's late. That's the problem. So
Very late.
my point being
Very
is
late.
bring in an Enzo into that midfield, bring in a leader. Even if it's not a Kuti, get me a center back who's a leader, plus get me, whether it's Schlotterback or one of those types of center backs that is more in the mold of like a Dean that like is elegant with the ball, good in possession, to pair with that, because Dean might not be ready yet. So you might actually need to get
No, he's
somebody
not
who's
ready yet.
ready now ahead of him
Dean
in
is
that
nowhere near
position
ready.
and still
I
get
mean-
that center back pairing, like I mentioned, who's more of a leader. And listen, you guys know I don't love the Konate thing, but if he's free and available, so be it.
Can I-
My club will
I
probably
mean,
do
see,
it.
that's what I was trying to tell
Can I
Sam
ask you?
earlier,
Can
man.
I ask
That
you one thing?
the problem with these young guys you're getting is we already have there's too many players now that are still sitting on so much potential. Carreras is 22 or 23, you know. Even the Jude we're talking about, Jude is 22. Camavinga is 23. These guys are still very young. There's only 4 players in our team that are both 26. Pedri, Thchouameni, Mbappe. That's if you take out Courtois and Carvajal. Like, bro, we can't. And then you don't want to take out the guys that are like 25 and then bring in the young kids from the academy. Bro, we're not running the daycare here, man.
So you want our
some
average age to go
somewhere.
down to like 21.
Yeah, bro, like,
We're
bro.
not
At least
winning
give me some
nothing that way,
28-year-olds.
I
We
hate
can't
to
win
break it to
anything
you,
this
we're not
year.
winning
Man.
nothing.
If
Can't
what?
win anything.
Wait, what? If what?
With a bunch of 20 when your average age is 21.
Yeah, which
Can't
is
win
why I
nothing, man.
said, which is why I keep saying you need to buy experience. And number 2, let me ask you, actually, yeah, on the number 2 point. Number 1, this Thchouameni guy, what do you do with him next season? And then the second thing, what do you play Jude Bellingham next season? Because real talk, I don't want to see Jude play as a 10. I don't want
That's
to
for the
see
next
him.
coach to figure out. I need to know who our coach is going to be.
That's
First
where
off,
it
before
is.
you ask me
Honestly,
What about
you
this?
can't,
If we
Sam.
take, if we,
You can't ask me questions about next season until we get a coach. All
okay,
right,
no,
I'm
if
of
we take
course.
sorry, but
Scaloni away,
I
okay,
can't
take
answer that.
Scaloni away. Let's say we take that's one of the alternatives. Let me give you some other alternatives. De La Fuente, would you take him?
No,
Nah, pass.
Okay,
Hard pass, bro.
no,
okay. Klopp.
no.
Hardest of passes, bro. You got to wait. Can you wait 3 years? Can you wait 3 years, Sam?
Can
Can you
you
wait
wait
3 years?
3 years, Sam?
Klopp is gonna
Because
cook for
Wait,
sure,
you
but can
said
you
no
wait
to
3 years?
you're gonna have to wait
Nah.
3 years.
what for Klopp?
Madridistas, because you guys are
You
seeing
guys
the
don't
ending of Klopp.
understand.
You guys see the part of glitz and glamour. Ask the Liverpool fans,
You're
can
not
you wait
willing
three
to
years?
wait for the process to be complete and then to see the
Yeah,
results.
because there
That's
is no
the
process,
problem.
man. Win me my trophies or
Okay,
get
well,
out.
guess what? Liverpool gave Klopp years to implement his
Yeah,
philosophy.
And
do we
support.
act like
Arsenal
Liverpool?
gave Arteta 7 years to perfect that
And guess what?
philosophy.
Are we run like that? No,
We
we're
gave
not.
Xavi Alonso
Exactly. So
6
why do you want
months.
Klopp? Bro, six
I'm
months. Xavi got
sorry.
6 months. Bro, Klopp is
Like,
not getting 6 months.
it's
I
just
promise
that's
you.
not how it works here.
Klopp
But
ain't
it
getting
just
So
six
why?
months if
doesn't
he
work
comes
like
here.
that here, man.
So guess what? When I question this president,
And let's
then
not even get into exactly that comment's on point, even get into that piece, which is he's not working with this set of players, which means you now need 2 years to get rid of all these players that don't fit the Klopp system, which is a
And then you
lot of
need to
our
get the new
roster.
guys
And
and
then
then
you got to
get them
get
to
new
blend
players in
together.
to fit his
Bro,
system.
that's
And then
like
you got to
4 years,
implement
Sam.
it. And
That's
then you
four
got to win.
years. Yeah,
That
you don't
doesn't
worry
happen
about it.
overnight, man. We're not
by the way,
Chelsea, PSG. We
by the
don't
way, the
shuffle in and
Arteta
out
thing.
players just for the
By
sake
the way,
of.
the Arteta thing. Let me just make this rumor go to bit. The only reason Arteta now is doing well is because the rest of the Prem teams right now have been so dog shit. I promise you now. If the next season, when one of them fixes up and goes back up there, they ain't doing nothing with that guy. But that's beside the point. The point here that I'm trying to make is very simple, man.
That
You
and
have
that Nagelsmann comment, same thing applies. By the way, same
If you
thing.
need
Why do you
time, you
think
need to give
nah.
it
him
didn't
I
work
time.
don't
at
want him.
Hollywood FC?
I don't want him.
Don't,
Look,
Nagelsmann would get fired in
sorry. Here's
6
the thing.
months here
Look,
right now.
here's the thing.
Sorry,
My biggest problem right now isn't even with the manager. Look, because it doesn't matter
they're
for
gonna
me
look
what
at that
manager comes
textbook
in.
and be like, "Yeah, pass."
No, but you know why it is? Because it doesn't really matter for me what manager right now comes in. Because I have a huge issue with these players before I even start looking at the manager now.
I
That's my
told you.
whole
I
issue.
No,
already
you
told you,
you
bro.
need to be doing
The
both
players have the
because the players
simplest
also have to,
solution, man.
but the players also have to fit what the coach wants to implement. You can't just go out and buy
Exactly.
players. Now, granted, Real Madrid has never bought. We don't do that. Let's just be clear. We just buy talent, and assemble as much
So why
talent
would
as
you
we
take
can.
Scaloni? Why would you guys want Scaloni, for example? Why would you want him?
Because I think
No, I
he's
mean,
proven, and
yeah.
I think he's
You think what?
proven, he's
Okay.
proven, he's
Okay.
proven to work in an environment with the biggest ego the sport has ever seen, Lionel Messi.
Nah, I
He
think
was able
CR7 is a bigger ego than him personally.
he was
But
able to get Lionel Messi and co. And granted, remember Argentina's always been one of the most talented teams in the world in terms of just
mhm.
pure talent. Scaloni was able to get it right, get it to blend together, get everyone to buy in, to bend the knee and figure out who the top guy is. We're going to do everything we need to as a team around that guy and look at the results, right?
Crazy, man.
Back to back,
Crazy.
back to back Copa Americas. Keep this in mind. He got a Copa America, World Cup, Copa America, which Spain did as well. And everybody's like, Spain's the greatest thing ever. Argentina did that. And he did that with a group of players that he got to buy into a system like Warriors. And the way I saw him unlock Enzo in the World Cup, I was following Enzo since before his move, when he was at River with Julian
Mhm,
Alvarez.
mhm, mhm.
And I was like, this kid Enzo was built for it. I saw him at the World Cup, did what he did. I see what he does. He's a leader, a natural born leader. He wants to come to Madrid per reports. And if we could get him, then that's exactly who I think could help
Honestly,
reshift this team. It's not just quality that you have to bring in or profile. You have to bring in lead. Like you have to change the juju in
that's
this
get
locker room.
worse, man.
Yeah, we need like new voices that are leading the locker room because the
No,
guys in there now don't have it. I'm sorry.
Like that's what I'm saying. I was telling Sam, even before the managers, I think where I'm at with these players, like I said, I believe they're still all very talented. I'm not losing all of them, but I'm open to losing two guys. And if I had to give an answer now, I need trigger sales that will trigger shivers down everybody.
When you say
Right
two
now,
guys,
I would even
what
say
does two
with
guys mean? What does two
yeah,
guys mean?
I'll give you the
Two
names. Like if I was asked, if I was being asked today to get rid of two guys that will trigger sales, I'm going to follow like the Ozil and Di Maria kind of window. Get rid of Rodrigo and Thchouameni. this summer. Get rid of both of them. I don't care how much it costs. I don't care how much
Don't
comes
offer
in.
Fair enough.
renewals.
Get
Don't
you
offer
can get you can
renewals.
get you can
Very
get yeah
simple.
you can get Savi's guy Enzo. I'm okay with that. Get Hendrick back on loan. Get Nico Paz back in. I mean get Hendrick back from loan. Get Nico Paz back into the club and look for like center backs, like one or two center backs, and let's go into
Yeah,
the
yeah. Go
season and
figure
let's
out a
see.
coach and go figure
What
out
I
a
about the
center.
right?
Go
promise
figure
you.
out the center back. I'm cool with
Promise you.
But
that.
wait, one more
Everybody.
position. There's one more position, right back. What do you do with that?
We're
No,
good
keep
on right
Carvajal,
back.
man. We're good at right back. We're good at right back. Keep Carvajal for one more year at least.
We know what the
Uh,
You got
default
Sam.
is.
You can't fix
We
it. You
know
can't
what the
fix it all in the
default right
summer.
back is if
You
Trent
can't
gets
fix it
hurt. It's
all.
already there. The script is there. It's Fede right back.
Fede is
yeah, yeah.
already there. That's why. So that's why if you get
Dami,
another
Don't
midfielder,
go
then
get
that
another
works.
Dami,
guy. Don't waste money
Dami,
there. Go
Dami,
waste money on
Dami,
needs, please.
Dami. You
Yeah.
know
Not
why you
want.
can't fix everything in one summer? Because this club refuses to do business in January, which is
Nah,
jarring as hell.
Sam, because the last time a manager was given the reins to try to fix everything in the summer, he made two of the top five worst signings in La Liga history. Zidane got us Jovic and Hazard in the same summer. Let's not forget that was the last
But
time the
Never
let's
club
be
gave
real.
the
forget.
manager
The
powers to do
Hazard,
that.
but
So
let's
we
be
Never
don't we
real.
don't want
forget.
none of that anymore. So I'm like, yeah, as much as
I
yeah,
understand,
give the
but the
managers what they
Hazard.
want, but it can get
But
weird.
Dami, the Hazard one. Let's be real. That was unlucky because let's be real,
Okay,
bro.
what of
The
Jovic
Hazard.
then? Look at Jovic. What of Jovic?
Jovic is
Jovic.
terrible. That's a
Yeah,
terrible.
Jovic
He was worse.
bro,
look,
He was
how do you look
Jovic.
worse.
worse
I
than
agree. He
He
Mayoral?
was
should never.
worse
How do
than
you
He,
Mariano
look? You
we
look
Diaz.
worse
should
than
have never paid
Mayoral.
that money. We should have never paid that money for one good season. I agree with that. The Hazard one, no, that was a different story. Yes, I do realize
Yeah,
what happened
I don't,
afterwards and all that.
I don't like that guy, bro. That guy
If
came and he
Real
didn't want to
Madrid
work.
knew, look, if Real Madrid knew he was going to be that unsafe, they would have never put the money down for him. It's that simple. By
So
the way, he did.
that's what I always trust the board, man. This manager is because I don't like the manager signings. Okay, what if let's assume because I don't believe all of these things are true. Let's say Xavi actually wanted to be Mendy or whatever. What if Zubi came in and
Yeah.
got injured in the second week of football and he goes like ACL tear? What happens then? Your whole
Yeah,
system
but you can
crashes.
say, yeah, but you can say that by every player though that you sign.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's why I always prefer with the board because if the board gives you stars everywhere, you just have to make the pieces click
Yeah, but
together.
you have to take risks though. You have to take risks. You
Everybody's
do
taking
realize
risks.
that.
The board is taking risks. The players are the ones that are not taking risks. And that's what I'm saying. What you need to do to these players, kick two guys out. Kick two. Like, if you kick two guys out, I'm
Yeah.
telling you, no,
He needs to send the message.
you don't need to
He
tell
needs to
Kamavinga
send the
twice.
message to the
But
locker room.
You don't need to
if
tell
you get
Jude
rid of
twice. They know.
if you get
Kick
rid of
two guys out,
Chouameni
bro.
and no, if you get rid of
Rodrigo.
Chouameni, yeah, if you get rid of Chouameni and Rodrigo, or if it's Chouameni or Vinny or whoever,
Anyone, I
that's
don't give a
them
fuck. Anybody.
yeah, it's
Literally.
them two, and then
You need to send the
Alaba
message to the locker
and
room
look, and
that
then
like
Alaba and
you ain't
Rudiger.
safe.
Yeah, but then Alaba and Rudiger. Rudiger's well,
Yeah,
that's
but
three
their
main
contracts end. That's different.
Those guys are going
yeah,
Players out of
regardless.
that's
contract is not sending
three
a
main
message.
players then gone as well, with two of them being forced out,
Yeah,
pretty
because if
much.
Alaba walks, that's Alaba ends like the second highest wages in the club, right? If Alaba walks, see, my ideal summer will be get rid of those two big guys, like I already said, get rid of Ceballos. I wanted to get rid of Brahim, but Savi told me the guy signed a new contract, so I'll have to tolerate that guy again. But get rid
No,
of
I think
Ceballos
he's
for
useless
sure.
too, though. Like, what are we doing with him?
I don't know I don't know what Brahim does in this club, but we'll get to that eventually. If you get rid of Ceballos, if you can convince Mendy to either walk away from his contract or go, then that's perfect. If you can get those guys out, then there's room to get players in, and there's room to get there's room in the wage budget to get stuff. Because bro, I don't know how Militao comes back next season, but if we do not have a center back, see,
You can't
nah,
even
bro.
count on Militao. I think you two have to start realizing that you can't count on Militao for a season.
That's
You
what I'm
can't.
talking about. But then the club will just give you the excuse that Alaba ends like I think if you put Carreras and housing salary together and maybe a sprinkle of
Mhm.
Mendy, that's what Alaba ends every week. Ceballos
I know.
ends 12 million euros every year. But no, there's no club in Spain paying that. These guys, they're
So,
comfortable.
but here's the thing: when
They're too
people keep
comfortable.
saying,
Man,
yeah, but
They're
they're
here's
so
comfortable.
comfortable.
the thing: when people keep saying yeah, I get that, but people are constantly saying get rid of the likes of what's it called? Get rid of the likes of Nico Paz and these guys. This is where my issue comes in, because it's like Nico Paz, cool. You can say he's just a 10, but let me be real. I don't want you to play in the 10. I want Arda and Nico to compete with that. And let's just be real, mate. Nico has the physicality that this guy has been begging for. By the way,
No,
Save.
honestly, see,
Um,
Sam, let me say this because I have to deep in like 10 minutes. What I think is
go on.
ideal for this midfield and lining up now going forward is I'll make it simple. I think we need to forget the 4-3-3. It took me time to come here, but we need
Yes,
to.
yes.
Carlo did this for a month and then we just abandoned it. We need to just go to a flat 4-4-2, man. Forget all of this flashy winger stuff. We
Are you
don't have
talking
right
about
wingers in the
diamond,
club
or are you just
anymore.
talking about a
No, a
4-2-2
flat
just
four
straight?
for like if I was going to line up with our current squad for Valencia now, right? Where the guys are out, I'll go Bini and Mbappe and Gonzalo up front, right? Like those both of them stay up front. A flat four, Jude is out, so right. I would go Kamavinga, Thchouameni in the middle because I've seen Thchouameni can work alone. He's not going to do it. So get him somebody to be beside him. Like, if you need someone to hold your hand, fine. It's okay. We'll do that. Get flat four midfielders. Again, it's a tough choice to make when you have Franco and Brahim. Because Brahim just doesn't give you anything. But Franco is going to give me legs. So I'll take Franco on the right side. And then on the left side, in a world where everybody was fit, right? I would have taken Jude. But Jude is not fit. So I'd have to make that work some way or some shape. And the back four, enough with all this. The hideous twins are they're terrible enough. I'll just take them the way they are. Housing and Asensio. They're both hideous, man. But what options do we have? Carreras and then Fede. Let's get it. And then if if Trent is able to start, yeah, put Trent in, get Fede higher up the pitch, move Kamavinga to the left side of midfield, then put Franco in there as well. So put Fede right beside Thchouameni in midfield, put Franco on the right, put Trent behind him, put Kamavinga on the left side of midfield. See, because if three midfielders can't run, it's just math. If three midfielders can cover that much gap and you get four midfielders, it's easier. Let four guys just tug it out because I'm done with this nonsense with the attackers, man. I'm just done. Like, only two guys up front
Bro,
now.
do
We
you know
need
how,
bodies in that
do you know
midfield,
how
bro.
easy it is to
Bodies.
defend against Real Madrid with Vini and Mbappe right now trying
That's
to
what
do
I'm
the
talking
same
about.
thing?
But now, if you have four
In
men in the
general.
midfield, it's much easier, bro. I
By
think
the way, I'm
what
just
game was
saying.
it? What game was it this season? I played with a 4-4-4-2 diamond. I forgot. Javi did that in one game. I can't remember what was it. Betis now.
The Classico.
Yeah,
Yeah, he did
classical.
that in Classico. Yeah. So I mean, we need that,
Alright,
man. You
alright,
could
by the
see the
way,
talking now, but we need that, bro. We need that, bro. But yeah,
Dami, just one thing. Game against Valencia, you as well, Savi. Get ready every time we're gonna cross the ball into the box. There's not gonna be a single geezer in the box because Jude
no,
ain't
if
gonna be
Gonzalo,
there now running in.
Hey, I
if we
watched
start with
Unless,
a
Mbappe score a
4-4-2,
headed goal last week. What do you mean?
yeah, he did.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
He's got two headers
You
this
know what?
season now, and
You're
that's two
gonna
headers, bro.
you're not gonna see that much more. And by the way, Gonzalo ain't gonna play. So guess what? Who you gonna cross the ball into? Or to Vini?
No, Gonzalo has to play.
No,
He's
Why?
not
listen,
going to
no.
play this weekend.
Vini
Oh
is
shit! Oh
suspended
shit!
and Jude is
Hold
injured,
on.
so
We might
Gonzalo
have a
has to play.
chance. Oh yo,
And Jude's
Gonzalo might
injured,
play.
yeah.
So
Yeah, Jude
wait,
is injured as well. So Gonzalo is
hold
either
on, man.
Gonzalo or Rodrigo. I don't know who, but one of those guys are gonna play for sure.
Oh please do not start Rodrigo ahead of Please play Gonzalo
That's our
as a
front
striker,
I'm
three,
down.
please.
hopefully, right there.
I
I
Make
wouldn't
hope
him
it's a
mind
looking
front
this
for the
three.
if Gonzalo as
submission.
a striker. Put Gonzalo as a
Yeah,
striker.
Mbappe,
Please
Garcia,
put him
Rodrigo
as
is
a
not
striker.
bad though. It's really not bad. But really, I would take a 4-4-2. You know, I would even compromise and have Rodrigo play on the left side. You know, he did that against City, the 1-1 draw we had, or where we beat City on penalties. You know, it was Vinny up top and then Rodrigo was on the left side of midfield. I'll honestly take that, but don't put Rodrigo up front with Mbappe, man. Don't put that guy. He's missed too many chances in the last couple of games this season. I'm irritated by him right now, man. I'm like, bro, just nah.
You know, I hate
I
every
don't know,
time I
man.
watch Rodrigo go on the left side and Vinny's already there and Mbappe's up top and
Yeah,
Jude's on the field because there's
I
nothing
know.
happening on the other side at all.
Yep.
Nothing.
That's what I always take. I always take Franco, man. Like I said, Gonzalo has to play no matter what. I don't know if it's a 4-3-3, fine, and maybe slap Rodrigo in there. But if it's not, because if you go 4-3-3, then who's in midfield? You want to go? Are we starting Ceballos? Are we going to do Ceballos, Arda, and Thchouameni?
God
I
knows.
don't know. I'm not about that one, man.
Hey, we'll see if Arbeloa goes 4-3-3 in the Classico, tries to go head on against Hansi.
And Abeloa needs to stop this rubbish, man. Put Kamavinga in midfield. Like, there's nothing wrong with Carreras. Like, what are you
What are you
doing?
asking? What are you asking from Arbeloa, bro? Like we all knew what we are gonna get with him, but that's why I said end the season as soon as
Not to coach
Arbeloa.
against us.
Well,
Like, that's what you have to do.
that's
What was that?
what.
What was
Guess
that
what?
lineup for the
Apparently,
last 15 minutes
guess
against
what?
Rayo?
Yeah,
Yeah,
what was happening in the
What was
second half of the last game?
yeah.
That that's on the coach.
Apparently,
That's on the coach,
bro.
buddy.
apparently, we're all fake.
What formation were we playing for the
There
last?
was no formation, man. We had Vinny,
Yeah,
Rodrigo,
God knows.
Mbappe. They were all on the
Alright.
pitch. And Brahim. Jesus Christ, man.
By the way,
I don't
let me
even think
ask you.
Zidane did that.
Yeah, Zidane was never
It was
that crazy.
extreme.
Man.
You know
I don't
what?
even think
I never
Lopetegui did
saw
that.
Carlo go that extreme either.
Bro,
You know what?
Abeloa
Let me
done some
ask you
crazy
this.
stuff,
Maybe
Yeah,
my
let me
memory
yeah.
is
hold
blurred.
on.
And somebody correct
Let me
me,
ask you guys
but
this. Let me ask you this. All right. What now? Valencia, and then we've got Benfica again in the UCL.
Now I'll
Let
just
me
go now because I have to dip, right? I'll just go now because I have to dip. I think we win both games, but I don't think there'll be happy wins for any of us. I don't think either of them will be enjoyable wins. But I think we'll win both games. But I think we win. You know how the Rayo
you
game
think we're going away to
felt like a
Benfica and
loss?
winning then, yeah?
I think we'll be Benfica. Like I said,
we're
I
winning
agree with
both.
Savi. It was complacency, man. That 100%. Sam, if we
Winning
put a
both.
little bit of effort, Benfica don't score 2 goals. They don't even score 2 goals. All we needed
Dami,
was a little bit of effort. That's what we needed. And now we
Dami,
have all the
Dami,
motivation we need.
Dami. If we lose both these games,
Yeah, we can't, we
Like,
can't, we can't.
like
That's not gonna happen. That better not happen, man. Because then
Yeah,
the house is burnt
you
to the
keep
ground. The house
saying
is
it's
already
not
on
gonna
fire
happen.
now.
Like,
Nah, it can't
bro,
happen. Nah, nah.
at this stage, bro, I wouldn't trust any of these players right now with the way that they're behaving or performing.
No, Sam, that you know the awful part with them is that, and that's why it's annoying. The fact that they pick and choose when to show up. These guys heard what Lamine said and decided to show up in the Clasico. Now Lamine didn't
Yeah,
talk for the Super Cup final, and they were like, "Yeah, might as well not show up."
and
They
they
lost
lost.
to Atletico like children, 5-2, and then they came to the Super Cup and they're like, "Yeah, we remember what you guys did. Yeah, we're gonna show up." Valencia came to the Bernabeu this season, remember? And then we're like, yeah, we're going to show up. We smacked them 4. And then these guys go on and play Rayo, Elche, and Girona and draw all 3 games. That's the problem. And that's why I still say, as long as these guys decide to show up, which they have to, because, bro, they know what they face when they lost to Benfica, man. They know what they
We're
face.
winning the next 2 games. Let's
They'll
go.
win. It might not be nice wins, but we're winning both of them, for sure. But yeah, man, like, I have to dip now, guys, man. Big up to the chat. You guys always
big up
keep it
to you.
lively in here.
Come on, big up, Dammy,
Cheers,
man. Be
man.
safe, mate.
Big up,
Oi,
Stami.
come on, big up, mate. Let me ask you then, mate. What do we, Xavier, what is your stance now on these 2 games? Because, dude, I'm gonna be real with you. If we
Then have a
lose,
bit of faith, as
yeah, yeah.
Dami just preached and Guti just said, have a bit of faith.
Oi, if I ask, no, but listen, Xavier, if we bottle these 2 games, I think even you might have a crash out. Because I think if that happens, I think even you will sit there and say
I won't promise.
that.
I promise not to be calm. I'll tell you that. But yeah. All right, Sam, I got to get out of here. It's been real chat.
Listen, we're both gonna end. We're both different. Salvi, bless up, bro. We'll do this again next week. Me, you, Dammy. We'll see what happens then. Chad, be safe, take care, and we'll talk to you next time. Adios. Ciao. A la Madrid.